In the previous video, we have seen what is text and how it gets textuality. In this video, we will see what is discourse. There are many perspectives through which we can study discourse. Here, we will see the linguistic one. In syntax, we study phrase, clause, and sentence. But when we move beyond sentence and study larger units of language such as paragraphs, conversations, and interviews, we study discourse. So literature is also discourse because it is larger than a sentence. Basically, in discourse, we study language use, both spoken and written. Some linguists restrict discourse to spoken communication and reserve text for written. But here, we will not make such distinction. When we study discourse, the concepts such as coherence and cohesion play an important role. Coherence is the relationship which links the meaning of sentences in a discourse, and cohesion is the grammatical and lexical relationships between the different elements of a text. Let's take an example of the opening lines of Mrs. Dalloway, written by Virginia Woolf. Read the text on your screen. Mrs. Dalloway said she would buy the flowers herself, for Lucy had her work cut out for her. The doors would be taken off their hinges. Rumpelmayer's men were coming, and then, thought Clarissa Dalloway, what a morning, fresh as if issued to children on a bench. When we read this text, we understand that Mrs. Dalloway and Clarissa Dalloway are one and the same person. We also know that Mrs. Dalloway is the master of the house, and Lucy is the maid. Rumpelmayer's men are the team of carpenters. Sentences in this text are coherent, and there is a cohesion among them. For example, herself refers back to Mrs. Dalloway in sentence 1. Her in sentence 2 refers back to Lucy. There refers back to the doors, and alike. There are some discourse markers such as and then that helps in the flow of discourse. But when we read this text or any text and when we understand it, it is because of the knowable context and what Bakhtin says, concrete living totality. We try to find out the context and use our background knowledge to understand it. In postmodernism and critical discourse analysis, discourse is used to indicate not only any kind of talk, but also the meanings and values embedded in talk. For example, the relationship between Mrs. Dalloway and Lucy is of master-servant one, and this is reflected by the way they are presented. There is a salutation, Mrs., before Dalloway, and second time, the complete name is mentioned, Clarissa Dalloway. And buying flowers is a better job than dusting or washing utensils. So Mrs. Dalloway would buy the flowers herself. So in this video, we have seen what is discourse and how meanings are linked with the play of coherence and cohesion in discourse. Thank you for watching.